My sister took my ID photo to catfish online. She originally just wanted to hook a cute girl, but unexpectedly, a huge fish took the bait. She ended up hooking that law major with a massive background, the aloof and stunning Xie Qingyuan. When Xie Qingyuan saw my photo, she felt like her intelligence was being insulted. Overnight, she posted a campus-wide anti-fraud wanted poster on the confession wall. A massive warning post. Campus-wide anti-fraud wanted poster. This person is using AI-generated photos for malicious fraud. A guy with this kind of face absolutely cannot exist in real life. It is purely photoshopped. Anyone who provides clues will be heavily rewarded. Someone commented, "Miss Xie, do not be impulsive. What if it is not photoshopped? What if it is actually her real brother?" Xie Qingyuan replied decisively, "Impossible. A face like that cannot possibly exist on a real campus. The brother must pay for the sister's debt. Bring the signed agreement tomorrow and come find me at the gym. Otherwise, just pack your bags and get out." That was, until the basketball game the very next day. When she saw me, the guy with those perfect, 3D model-like, absolutely flawless proportions. Xie Qingyuan whipped out her phone and instantly edited her post. "It seems I accidentally forced my future sister-in-law to drop out. How should I sign this agreement to make her stay? Waiting online, it is super urgent. Tang You and I are boy and girl twins, but our brain power distribution was wildly uneven. It is like I completely robbed her of her brain while we were still in the womb. While I was out there winning math Olympiad gold medals and doing academic research, she was busy playing with her dolls. And when I got early admission to a top-tier university, she was still getting scolded by the teacher for mixing up pinyin and the English alphabet. Finally, by some absolute stroke of dumb luck, this airhead used her art skills to get into the exact same college as me. Just a few days into the semester, this total dummy came bouncing up to me, looking thrilled. She said she had just met a ridiculously gorgeous big shot, and hoped to use her to break into the elite social circles. I warned her that people with that kind of deep background are not to be messed with. But Tang Yu refused to listen. To her, as long as they were pretty enough, nothing else mattered. During that time, she gave me daily progress reports. Brother, I added her. She actually accepted my friend request. She sounds so professional, she was even chatting with me about law. Is this the sheer charm of a big shot? That was, until one day, she came looking for me in an absolute panic. Brother, save me. She asked to meet up in person tomorrow. I am so freaking out right now. Brother, please, can you just help me out? When I got those messages, I was already losing my mind over my supervisor rushing my thesis. Is the paper not done yet? How much longer are you going to make me wait? So, without even thinking it through, I just casually agreed to help her. It was not until the middle of the night, after I finally emailed my paper to my supervisor, that I could finally let out a massive sigh of relief. Wait a minute, what exactly did I just promise Tang Yu? Right then, my roommate forwarded me a trending post from the campus forum. The title was absolutely explosive. My hand literally slipped and I clicked right into it. The poster's ID alone looked terrifying to mess with, and every single word reeked of pure rage. "You dead pervert, using AI-generated photos to trick people. Can she just get the hell out of our school?" The peanut gallery in the comments was living for the drama. Miss Xie is a law major. She hates liars more than anything. She really stepped right into the line of fire. Xie Qingyuan replied super fast. I could feel her rage right through the screen. I am a law student, and I completely despise frauds. I knew this little idiot would crash and burn sooner or later. Using a fake AI photo to trick Miss Xie? Does she have a death wish? Make her drop out. Xie Qingyuan, you've been watching her for so long, and you only just realized it was a fake photo? This girl is usually so timid. I didn't expect her to actually pull something like this. I tracked down her dorm number and marched straight over. I just cornered her at the end of the hallway. She was crying and begging, swearing her profile picture is her actual brother. She claims he looks just like that. Hilarious. Does she think I'm that easy to fool? As if a guy that insanely handsome could be real. The late-night dorm hallway was dimly lit. I stared at my phone screen. The more I looked at that so-called fake photo, the more familiar it seemed. Holy crap, isn't that the exact ID photo I just took last week? Just because I looked way too good in it, people keep saying it's AI generated. Tang Yu was curled up in her dorm chair, wiping her tears away while staring at her phone. And frantically typing away, begging for mercy. This girl really can't handle a threat. She burst into tears before I even touched her. She kept insisting it was her brother, and even said he'd come to the gym at 10 in the morning tomorrow. Something about signing a debt settlement agreement. Is he coming to pay off her debts? Fine, she claims her brother is the absolute peak of human beauty. I'll be waiting right there tomorrow. Just watch me expose this Photoshop fraud. Oh, no, the expression on my face instantly froze. My head was spinning. Looks like this showdown at 10 in the morning tomorrow is completely unavoidable. I stared at the forum post in pure denial. I tried to find any proof that she didn't do this, but in the end, I had to sadly admit that this little idiot using my photo to scam people online is actually my own flesh and blood sister. Tang Yu, oh, Tang Yu, you really do have a death wish, don't you? The vibe on the forum had completely shifted. This rich girl really talks tough. She looks seriously pissed off. This is definitely not a joke. One comment was educating the newbies. Xie Qingyuan is the notorious demon queen of the law department. Her family background is terrifyingly powerful. Everyone has to walk on eggshells around her. That scammer is totally dead meat. She messed with the absolute worst person on campus. Reading all these comments, my blood ran completely cold. According to all those web novels I've read, these rich, powerful, short-tempered tyrants are exactly the type of people you never cross. I was so mad I wanted to drag Tang Yu out and smack her. Feeling completely anxious, I dug up the contact info that Tang Yu gave me, and sent a friend request to this Xie Qingyuan girl. I hadn't even figured out what to say when she instantly accepted the request. Miss Xie, I'm Tang Yu's older brother. About that whole photo situation, it's actually just a massive misunderstanding. A misunderstanding? Your sister used a fake, CGI-looking face to string me along for half a month. And now you're telling me it's a misunderstanding? But that photo is actually real. Really is my actual ID photo, no filters or anything. And definitely no Photoshop. If a face like this is actually real, I will literally eat both baskets of basketballs on the court, right then and there. Save your breath with this nonsense. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Bring that debt repayment agreement your sister mentioned. See you at the gym, don't you dare flake. It's a deal. If I don't see the real guy in person, I am exposing this whole mess and getting her kicked out for good. Tang Yu, oh, Tang Yu, you are completely hopeless. Honestly, she might as well just delete her account and start a new life. This kind of drama really doesn't suit a guy like me. I'm just an upstanding citizen who wants to study in peace. Whatever, time for bed. Right before falling asleep, I swiped through the forum post one last time. The comments were already going completely off the rails. Original poster. What if her brother is actually ridiculously gorgeous? Can good looks pay the bills? Ms. Xie takes her reputation seriously. If she says she's gonna destroy her tomorrow, she's gonna destroy her tomorrow. Not gonna lie, I kinda want to see what that flawless CG face actually looks like in real life. How ugly could he be? Please livestream it. Impossible. There is absolutely no one on this planet who looks like that. This idiot is a total scammer. In all my years, this is the first time I've been played for a fool. I am definitely getting my revenge tomorrow. Those siblings better wash their necks and wait for the slaughter. I closed my eyes, dead inside. Just great. Tomorrow is gonna be a tough battle. Not only do I have to save Tang Yu's miserable little life, I also have to figure out a way to make that Xie girl tear up that damn debt repayment agreement for good. Bro, please save me. Bring your apology letter and wait for me downstairs at 9 tomorrow morning. Brother. Boo-hoo-hoo, I was so wrong. I even changed my profile picture to a dog. What is the point of changing your profile picture? She literally put out a campus-wide bounty on you. So, is Senior Xie actually going to force me to drop out? No, she won't, not while your big brother is here. Holy crap, Tang Chen, why are you dressed up so nice? Are you going on a blind date or something? I couldn't be bothered to answer him. I folded up the agreement I printed out late last night, and shoved it into a folder. Lu Ming leaned over, craning his neck to take a peek. A debt repayment agreement? Who owes money? My sister does. What kind of debt could Tang You possibly owe? Just bubble tea money. She owes Xie Qingyuan for half a month's worth of stupid tax. Xie Qingyuan? As in the Xie Qingyuan from the law school? Ms. Xie? Wait, that scammer everyone was talking about a few days ago. Don't tell me that was you? Holy crap, you need to run away right now. Bro, you are walking into an absolute bloodbath. That girl can literally argue a person into an early grave, do you know that? I know, you know it and you're still going? I have to go. We have to go. If we don't, Tang Yu is gonna have to pack her bags and go home tomorrow. But you've gotta be careful, bro. I only realized when I got downstairs. Tang Yu had wrapped herself up completely tight. Bro. Stop crying, hum. Crying won't do you any good. Later, when Xie Qingyuan takes one look at you, those little tears of yours won't even be enough of a snack for her. I just wanted to catfish a cute girl to hang out with. You used my pictures to catfish a cute girl? Why didn't you use your own pictures? I did use my own, but nobody paid any attention to me. I took a deep breath, reminding myself, she is my real sister. I cannot hit her. When we were still 500 meters away from the gym, I felt the vibe was already starting to get weird. People on the street were in twos and threes, every single one holding a phone in their hands. They kept looking up toward the gym from time to time, whispering something under their breath. Holy crap, does that guy's face look a little familiar? Which one? Which one? The one just now, wearing the jacket, bro. They're all staring at you. Yeah. Is this a campus-wide manhunt? I guess I'm a fugitive now. When we reached the entrance of the gym, I raised my hand and glanced at my watch. 9:58. Right on time. The streamer is here. Is he here? Does that Photoshop freak actually have the guts to show his face? Bro, how about we just go back? We've already made it this far. If we go back, you'll die even faster. Oh, holy shit, who is this guy? Wait. This face, I've seen this face on the confession wall. It's that Photoshop. No, wait, that wasn't Photoshopped, was it? It's a real person. Chat, look, the main guy is here. I kept my eyes straight ahead, pulling Tang Yu directly through the crowd. Right in the middle of the gym, sitting on the bleachers next to the basketball court, was a girl. Her long legs were crossed, resting her chin on one hand, while her other hand casually flipped through a few documents on the table in front of her. We locked eyes for a second, and her entire expression visibly froze for 0.5 seconds. Then she very quickly returned to normal, looking back down to flip through that document. As if that momentary lapse in focus just now was just my imagination. Miss Xie, I brought the agreement. Put it on the table. That face of yours, you got plastic surgery, right? Hey, holy crap, is the great Miss Xie refusing to admit it? She's just playing tough. That expression she had just now, I caught it on camera. Bro, is she really gonna make me drop out? If you didn't have work done, then it must be a genetic mutation. Born with it, Miss Tang, your brother's little speech here is exactly the same as yours from yesterday. Looks like the lying gene runs in your family. Alright, I get it now. Miss Xie here is the stubborn type who just won't admit defeat. She was clearly flustered a second ago, but she's still talking tough. Miss Xie, you said you brought the agreement. Well, here it is. I have a question. Go ahead. In this agreement of yours, clauses 3 to 7 are completely invalid legally. There isn't even a real debt between the parties involved. Forcing a repayment plan is obviously unfair. And clause 10 requires me to step in for my sister and provide a whole year of free labor. That kind of condition is just unreasonable on its own. Are you absolutely sure you want me to sign this? Xie Qingyuan suddenly jerked her head up. Her eyes wide open, her lips parted slightly. She looked like she wanted to say something, but swallowed her words instead. And she blushed uncontrollably. Holy crap. Marry me, bro. From the law school over here. I call dibs. Every single point this guy made is totally rock solid. Miss Xie, how about we renegotiate? Xie Qingyuan's face turned red so fast you could actually see it happen. Going from the tips of her ears all the way down to her neck. She completely froze in the bleachers. Her fingers still resting on page 3 of the agreement. It was like someone hit the pause button on her. You could hear a pin drop in the stadium. Damn, this guy really knows his stuff inside and out. Looks like Miss Xie is going down today. Going down? More like getting married. Tang Chen, right? Which department are you from? I'm a sophomore in the computer science department. A sophomore in computer science? Yet you know all these legal rules so well? Wow, does your academic advisor know you're slacking off on your major? Oh, Miss Xie is definitely lashing out because she's embarrassed. Miss Xie, knowing this stuff isn't slacking off. It's called common sense. Common sense? The civil laws related to this are pretty extensive. If an adult spends 2 weekends reading through them once, that's enough to handle any daily life agreements or contract disputes. Honestly, for those 2 weekends, I originally planned to just play video games. But then I thought about it. Just in case my little sister gets me into some kind of trouble later on, I needed to have a way to protect myself. Bro, why didn't you tell me you looked into all this? Like you would even understand if I told you? Xie Qingyuan went silent for 3 seconds, and then she did something that completely shocked everyone watching in the crowd. Holy crap, she just ripped it. She really tore it up. I'm not seeing things, right? Xie Qingyuan is actually admitting defeat. The agreement is void, and as for that campus-wide wanted post from last night, I will delete it right now. Very straightforward of you, Miss Xie. Your sister used your photo to string me along for half a month. I can let that part slide. But I do have one condition. You mentioned just now that my agreement, I'll admit, clauses 3 through 7 are completely unworkable. And I'll even concede that clause 11's stipulation on unpaid labor makes sense. But what about the other 9 clauses? Let's hear what you have to say about those. What exactly is wrong with the remaining 9? Whoa, an on-the-spot pop quiz. Bro, don't tell me you actually memorized the whole thing? Clause 8, setting the penalty for breach of contract at 30% of the other party's annual income, is way too high. If this ever went to court or arbitration, such an excessive demand for damages wouldn't hold up at all. Clause 9, stipulating that all disputes must be handled in your local jurisdiction is just poorly phrased. In any special circumstances, that stipulation would be completely void. Clause 10 is fine. It's just a standard confidentiality agreement. Clause 12 attempts to force siblings to bear joint liability for damages. That holds absolutely no legal weight, even among family members. You can't just force someone to take on another's debt for no reason. Clause 13 merely states that a breach requires a public apology, but it completely fails to specify the scope or method of that apology. If we actually tried to enforce it, it would be practically impossible to execute. Clauses 14 through 16, regarding the consequences of a breach, are written far too vaguely. They're just full of loopholes. And Clause 17, the signature block. Did you draft this agreement yourself, Miss Xie, or did you have an upperclassman write it for you? I hereby announce that starting today, This guy is my husband. The whole law school must be sobbing in the bathroom right now. Just surrender already, Miss Xie. If you hold out any longer, your face is going to be as red as a tomato. He got it all right. Every single issue he pointed out is completely spot on. Is this guy seriously not a law major? Xie Qingyuan fell silent for a long time. So long, in fact, that I thought she was going to slam the table and storm off. But then, she suddenly smiled. That single smile completely changed her entire vibe. Holy crap, Xie Qingyuan actually knows how to smile. I've been here for 3 years and this is the very first time I've seen it. Just who on earth is this guy? He actually managed to make the devil herself smile. Xie Qingyuan stood up, walked over, and stopped right in front of me. Tang Chen. I drafted that agreement myself. I know. How did you know? A professional wouldn't have made so many rookie mistakes. Plus, that part in Clause 2 about family liability? That's a classic trick question straight out of a textbook. Don't you dare show off in front of me like that ever again. Alright. He just agreed to it, just like that? Xie Qingyuan stared at me for 3 seconds, as if trying to figure out if I was being sarcastic. Once she was satisfied, she pulled her phone out of her pocket, opened the campus confession wall, and started typing out a new post. Bro, you gotta see this. Emergency, I think I just offended my future husband. What should I do to win him back? Waiting for replies, super urgent. Tang Chen. 3rd floor of the library. I'm going to draft a new agreement. Dinner is on me. Bro, don't tell me you've actually fallen for her. The video from that day was up on the confession wall for less than 2 hours. And the views had already smashed past 200,000. I hid in my dorm with my phone off for 3 days. I didn't even dare reply to my advisor pressing me for my paper. Lu Ming clung to me every day, howling at the top of his lungs, "Bro, please take me under your wing. Just once in my life, I want Xie Qingyuan to treat me to a meal. Get lost. Have you even finished your paper yet?" Tang You, on the other hand, felt reborn because of this. That little goofball walks with a swagger now. Ha 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 ha, ha ha. That's my brother, my actual flesh and blood brother. My brother and I are boy-girl twins, born from the exact same mom. He was basically acting like a living, breathing QR code. Wednesday night, at 6:55, I showed up on time at the 3rd floor of the library. I figured I'd been getting way too much attention this week. If someone snapped another picture of us, it'd be better to keep a low profile. Have a seat. So, about that agreement from last time, Miss Xie. How many clauses did you write this time? HMPH. 7 clauses. I've double-checked every single one of them. Pick it apart all you want. I took the agreement from her. I scanned it from beginning to end. It really was a huge improvement. At least there weren't any glaring loopholes anymore. Did you pull an all-nighter for this? And no, I didn't. Those dark circles under your eyes say you stayed up all night rushing it. Xie Qingyuan quickly raised her hand to touch the corner of her eye. But then she seemed to suddenly realize something. Tang Chen, stop showing off your little observation skills in front of me. I gave a small smile and didn't reply. The students studying nearby were looking at us, their eyes full of the total despair of not being able to focus on their work. Xie Qingyuan was just about to speak again when the sound of footsteps came from the stairwell. The steps were heavy, as if announcing, "I have arrived." I looked up. The guy walking over was wearing a dark trench coat. He marched straight up to our table, not even sparing me a single glance. "Qingyuan, I've been looking for you for 3 days. You won't answer my calls, and you won't reply to my WeChats. Fang Ming, I already told you. We have absolutely nothing to talk about." He, nothing to talk about? Uncle Xie just had dinner with my dad last week. They're planning to arrange our marriage. Fang Ming's eyes shifted to my face, looking me up and down. So this is the guy from the internet with the perfectly sculpted face? I mean, seriously, Qingyuan. When did your taste get so low? Sitting with some wannabe influencer who only uses his face for clout. I picked up the water glass from the table and took a slow, leisurely sip. The water was a bit cold. Xie Qingyuan abruptly stood up. Just as she was about to explode, I raised my hand and gently pressed down on her wrist. "Excuse me, buddy." I recall seeing a news report. Last week, the CEO of the Xie Group, who happens to be Miss Xia's father, was at an overseas merger and acquisition summit the entire time. And your Fang family has always developed domestically. How exactly did your father meet Miss Xia's father? Fang Ming, you publicly fabricated false relationships and deliberately belittled others. That already counts as malicious defamation. If Miss Xia's father decides to pursue this, both your reputation and your father's will take a massive hit. The subsequent legal disputes will drag on for a long time. Whether you win or lose is another story. But whatever reputation your Fang family has left in the business world will probably get cut in half first. Holy crap, the Fang family's young master? Which Fang family? The one in building materials. They do steel and cement. They were just making headlines a while ago. Damn, was what that guy just said really that exaggerated? Can he really wipe out half of their company's market value? Just the damage to their reputation alone is enough to make their stock price drop 3%. I'm nobody special. I'm just a sophomore who writes code. But what you just said was in a public place, with unrelated third parties present, and you personally degraded both Miss Xie and me. Everyone's reputation is protected by law. Spouting hurtful words in public, we can absolutely hold you accountable. I paused for a second, and turned my gaze to the girl next to us. Hey, classmate. Don't delete that video you just recorded. I won't. I'll make 3 backups. I'm uploading it to the cloud right now. Fang Ming was already fuming. He took a deep breath. Alright, Tang Chen, you sure have a smooth way with words. But let me ask you, do you even know where the Xie family's project in Shanghai has been stuck lately? Do you know? Uncle Xie flew back to the country last week, and the very first thing he did when he got back was call my dad. You think just by tearing up an agreement and learning a few rules, you can sit at the same table and eat with people from our circle? I looked at him without saying a word, but Xie Qingyuan raised her head. Fang Ming. My father called your father to discuss buying back that 15% of equity your Fang family holds. The price has already been pushed down to 60% of the market value. The contract was sent to your house last Friday. Did your father sign it or not? Go back and ask him. You're wondering how I know? I am the daughter of the Xie family. Did you really think all I do every day is sit around campus and bicker with people like you? Fine then. This girl is not someone to be messed with either. That little bit of embarrassment from being exposed on the street just now. He completely got it all back in this single moment. And the words, Uncle Xie, please delete them from your vocabulary from now on. My father and your father are not close. Did you hear that, guys? Did you hear what the eldest Miss Xie said with her own mouth? The Xie family is buying back the Fang family's shares, and the price was crushed to 60%. The Fang family is about to get swallowed whole. All that arrogance young Master Fang had just now was completely empty. The Xie family is holding a knife right over their heads. This is what they call the mantis hunting the cicada, oblivious to the bird behind, only to realize he's the mantis. You just wait. Yeah, I'm always waiting. What do you want to say? Gonna swear at me? Do it again. That student's phone over there is still recording. It is recording. 4K resolution, and the lighting is perfect. He just flicked his sleeve, turned around, and walked right out. Fam, did you guys get all that on camera just now? This is Tang Chen from the Computer Science Department, sophomore year. Tang Chen. Remember the name? He is going to be the next internet sensation. Stop filming. Stop filming him. That is my future husband. If you record him, what if pretty girls start harassing my hubby? Damn it, this guy isn't just handsome, he really knows the law. He knows business, he knows how to absolutely wipe the floor with people. And the craziest part is, he's a computer science major. Talk about crossing disciplines, bro. I have decided to retake my law elective starting today. Tang Chen, let's go talk somewhere else. Aren't we doing fine right here? It is way too noisy here, just come on. Go where? My treat. Let's grab food. We ended up going to a Hunan restaurant called Nanfeng. Xie Qingyuan picked a corner seat by the window and pushed the menu over to me. She only ordered a glass of lemonade for herself. You order. I casually picked out 2 dishes and handed the menu back to the waiter. Tang Chen, earlier in the library, those regulations about reputation disputes. How do you know them so thoroughly? Over those 2 weekends, besides reading through all the civil codes, I also naturally read up a lot on reputation and personal rights. It added up to quite a lot of material. Xie Qingyuan stayed silent for 3 seconds. When she looked up, there was an emotion in her eyes that I couldn't quite put my finger on. Tang Chen, you really shouldn't be in the computer science department. Then where should I be? She didn't answer that question. Do you have some kind of plan with studying law? You could say that. What kind of plan? I will tell you later if we get the chance. Here's the fish with pickled cabbage and home-style stir-fried pork for you too. Halfway through the meal, I put down my chopsticks. Miss Xie. This agreement, I didn't look at it closely back in the library. Now that I have time, I am reading it over again. Oh. The first few clauses about apologies and compensation for emotional distress, they are written very professionally. I really can't pick out any major flaws. But there is one clause here. It still says the brother pays for the sister's mistakes. A brother taking responsibility for his little sister. Sure, it sounds pretty noble. But putting it in this legal agreement? It is actually completely unreasonable. If I keep cleaning up Tang Yu's messes, she will just get used to it. If I take the fall for her, she never has to face the consequences of the trouble she causes. She will never grow up. That is not helping her, it is just spoiling her. Think whatever you want. What are you looking at? This ends right here. Why the sudden change of mind? None of your business. Ha ha ha. Ting, ha ha ha. Ever since I first laid eyes on him, I finally realized that this kind of perfect face actually exists in real life. Honestly, at that moment, I wasn't even mad anymore. I only wrote up that stupid agreement, just so I'd have an excuse to ask him out next time. But now, I just can't bring myself to sign this stupid thing. The room's light slanted across the table, shining on the torn-up pieces of the agreement. I stared at it for 3 seconds, and a totally new, different idea popped into my head. Tang Chen, wake the hell up. Something huge happened. Look at this. I squinted for 3 seconds before I could clearly see the pinned post. The title read, Exposing the Modeling Faced Tang Chen's Academic Fraud. Bribing his mentor. That post was written quite professionally, complete with pictures, timelines, and chat history screenshots were all there. It claimed that my provincial math modeling competition award from freshman year was bought with money. It said that the only reason I got into this university was because my mom pulled strings and bribed them. It also said Tang Yu dated 4 boyfriends during her 3 years of high school. They even attached a few candid photos. The last paragraph was the most vicious. It said, "This kind of manufactured academic fraud, and his player of a sister, are actually still swaggering around the campus, scamming people. We suggest the school investigate and handle this immediately." The post was published at 2:07 a.m. By 4 o'clock, the reposts had already broken 1,000. Bro, is that picture of Tang Yu real? Fake? How are you so sure? In that photo, Tang Yu is wearing our high school uniform. The stripe on the collar is from the new design the school just switched to last year. When she was in high school, that stripe was still on the cuffs. Bro, seriously, you even remember the uniform designs? From her elementary school to high school, I was the one who washed every single one of her uniforms. Man, you're such an amazing brother. It makes me want to get a new mom and be born all over again. I couldn't be bothered to entertain him. I walked over and sat down in front of my computer. 4:05, exactly 2 hours since this post was published. This actually wasn't hard to handle. The account that made the post was just a newly registered burner account, less than 12 hours old. Even though the IP disguise was very professional, running through 3 layers of proxies. An ordinary person seeing this kind of disguise would basically just give up. But any data stream that flows out from our campus network ultimately has to trace back to a real physical address at some layer. I opened up the tracking script that I had spent 3 years writing, and dumped the posting account's UID and login IP range all into it. The script ran for about 40 seconds, and a whole string of data popped up on the screen. The very last line showed a real IP location, a 24-hour internet cafe in the east side of the city. I stared at that line of text for 3 seconds, and then typed out a few more lines of code. I pulled up all the active accounts from this IP over the past 72 hours, and went through them one by one. 7 accounts in total, 6 of them were just spamming the exact same sponsored posts. These bot accounts even used the exact same templates. The 7th one was registered to a phone number ending in 637. I opened WeChat and scrolled back to yesterday. I found the contact info Xie Qingyuan had sent me. He had added a note at the time, "Just block guys like this." I let out a sarcastic laugh. Well played, young Master Fang. You actually had the guts to use your real phone number to register a burner account. If you were my apprentice, I would have kicked you out on the spot. You're better off going home to inherit your family's construction business. But I wasn't in a rush to make my move. I opened the posting history of those 6 bot accounts and cross-checked the timestamps one by one. I cached the forwarding routes and the transaction records for every single post. I traced everything back. The membership system at that internet cafe on the east side of town was ridiculously outdated. Their login logs were saved directly on the local drive. Over the past week, he had gone there 4 times. Every single time was at 2 mi packaged all the data, encrypted it, and made 3 backups. After doing all that, I glanced at the time. I opened WeChat and shot Xie Qingyuan a message. "You up? Yeah. Why are you still awake at this hour? Just finished reading that post. I've already got someone handling that post about Tang Yu." I stared at those 2 messages, and that unexplainable frustration in my chest suddenly just faded away. "No need for you to handle it. I'll do it myself." "What are you gonna do?" I chuckled. I took the zip file with all the data I had just packaged up and sent it over. "Tomorrow morning at 10. Principal's office. Be there." What should I wear? Wow, okay, classmate Xie. We haven't even gotten down to business yet, and you're already worrying about your outfit? Wear what you had on yesterday when you tore up that agreement. Today, we're going to the principal's office to tear Fang Ming into pieces. Then what are you going to wear? I shut my laptop, only to turn around and see Lu Ming still staring at me wide-eyed. Bro, did you just? That only took 10 minutes. Yeah. Can you install that script on my computer too? What do you need it for? I want to know who in the dorm next door keeps stealing my instant noodles in the middle of the night. I lay back down on my bed, wanting to catch a quick nap. But my mind kept echoing with that voice. What should I wear? Third floor of the library. I'll draft up a new agreement. What are you looking at? This whole mess ends right here. At 9:50 a.m., I was standing at the end of the hallway on the third floor of the admin building. When Xie Qingyuan came walking down from the other end of the hall, I glanced up. She actually wore that outfit. Why are you dressed like that? Because it's comfortable. Xie Qingyuan stared at the crumpled paper bag for 3 seconds. She looked like she wanted to say something, but in the end, she just kept her mouth shut. She raised her hand and knocked on the heavy, dark brown door in front of us. Come in, Principal Chen. A man in his 50s with gold-rimmed glasses was looking over a stack of documents. 2 people were already sitting across the desk, Fang Ming and his father, Fang Hongyi. Ah, Qingyuan, my dear. Uncle Fang. Fang Hongyi's smile froze for half a second. And this must be Mr. Tang? That's me, young man. We asked you here today to have a little chat about that post online last night. Tang, Chairman Fang has already come forward to explain the situation to the school. They looked into the post, and it turns out an intern at the Fang family's company, trying to score some points with Fang Ming, posted it on their own. The matter has already been dealt with. Chairman Fang is also willing to take full responsibility. He'll issue a public clarification and compensate you for the damage to your reputation. I glanced over at Fang Ming. The young master had his arms crossed, wearing a completely arrogant smirk on his face. Oh, I see. Everything's already been perfectly arranged. The Fang family really knows how to run this playbook. Principal Chen, yes? Can I borrow your laptop for 3 minutes? Principal Chen froze, subconsciously pushing his laptop over toward me. Fang Hongyi narrowed his eyes. I didn't even look at him. I plugged in my U South B drive and quickly typed out a few commands. A blank terminal window popped up on the screen. Principal Chen, Chairman Fang. That post from last night at 2:07 a.m. The user ID string is right here. This account was registered at 1:48 in the morning. The phone number used for registration was encrypted, but the original number ends in 637. Now look at the second line of data. In the past 72 hours, this account logged in 4 times from machine number 17, on the second floor of Xinguang Internet Cafe in the East District. Fang Ming's face instantly went pale. Those 4 login times perfectly match the exact moments when those 6 bot accounts blasted out those fake posts on the campus confession wall and 3 other public platforms. So, Chairman Fang, earlier you said, this was all the work of some rogue intern? Now listen here, Tang. This is all technical jargon. We can't just take your word for it. You're absolutely right, Chairman Fang. Which is exactly why I sent a complete copy of this data straight to the university's network center. I just got their read receipt 10 minutes ago. Tang. Where on earth did you get this data? I ran it using a script I wrote myself. Let me get this straight. You're a sophomore? A computer science major? Yep, Chairman Fang. What is the meaning of this? Principal Chen, Director Fang, Tang Chen isn't planning to press criminal charges for what happened today. That post also dragged me into it. One part of those fabricated rumors claimed Tang Chen relied on PR and connections to get to the top. The subtext of that is, my Xie family is backing him behind the scenes. What do you think my father would think if he heard that? And what about outsiders? Those people who've been eyeing the Xie family's shares? What would they think? Here's what my father had our lawyers prepare last week. Regarding the supplementary buyback agreement for the Fang family's shares, the original price was 60% of the market value. Starting today, it's been adjusted to 30%. Qingyuan, this is Uncle Fang. You can go back and discuss this matter with my father. Principal Chen, apologies for the intrusion today. Let's go. Tang Chen, yeah? It really is you. I'm Lin Qi. 10 years ago, my dad used to bring me over to your house to play all the time. I vaguely remember. That's great, I just transferred here, a freshman in the School of Finance. I can't believe I ran into you like this. Can I add your WeChat? It's been so long, I'd really love to catch up with you properly. Sure. I won't bother you guys any longer then. Tang You, let's grab a meal another day. Consider it a catch-up session. Lin Qi, daughter of Lin Zhengding, the chairman of the Lin Group. What's wrong? Is there a problem? This Lin Qi, the way she approached you, seems a little too deliberate. You think she has an ulterior motive? The way she looks at you, it seems like she wants to hit on you, but there's something off about it. Stay away from her. At least until I've thoroughly looked into it. Tang Chen, yeah? That script of yours, are you selling it? Why, I wrote that script during my freshman year. I've revised it 137 times since then. What would you even do with it if I sold it to you? Anti-fraud, anti-bot networks, and commercial due diligence. The market demand for those is definitely huge. Which is exactly why I can't sell it. Classmate Xie, if you just take that script on its own, it's worth 200,000 at most. But if we build it out into a complete product suite, register it under a company, flesh out the front and back end, and integrate it with commercial credit databases, it could easily hit 8 figures. You want to do it yourself? I want to find a partner to do it with. Who? I didn't say a word. I just looked at her quietly, giving her my answer. The midsummer sun filtered through the layers of ginkgo leaves, scattering dappled golden light across the shaded path. The dense branches dipped gently, perfectly concealing the undeniable, fluttery shyness in both their eyes. Tang Chen, this strategy of yours. From 2 a.m. last night to 10 a.m. today, it took less than 8 hours from start to finish. You tracked down the IP, secured the evidence, and set up a meeting with the principal. You made sure I backed it up for cybersecurity, and pulled up the buyback agreement. Every single step was right on time. You had this all figured out from the start, didn't you? Why did you come to me? Because on the day you tore up that agreement, I saw the cover of the partnership contract on your desk, the Hangzhou Xie Family Legal Department Internship Manual. This summer, you interned at your dad's company in the legal department. You handled compliance reviews, and after coming back to campus, you personally took on 2 compliance consulting gigs for small businesses nearby. Your latest blog post was published on September 4th. The title was, Campus Neighborhood, 10 Common Compliance Pitfalls for Small Businesses. It had 2,300 views. There was a pinned comment in the section saying, when is Senior Xie going to start her own company? I'll be the first to invest. How did you know my blog's view count? I searched it on Baidu. Miss Xie, I want to start a company focused on anti-fraud, anti-bot campaigns, and commercial due diligence. I'll handle the tech, and I'll cover the initial funding. You handle the legal structure, compliance reviews, and external contracts. We split the profits 50-50. Alright, I'll think about it. Over the following week, my run-ins with Lin Qi seemed to happen a lot more often. I remember you said you liked Americanos. Down by the academic building, we would always just happen to bump into each other. I'm actually heading that way too. Let's walk together. Man, Lin is so sweet to you. She even asked me what your favorite food was today. Tang, what kind of insane luck do you have? You haven't even won over the rich Miss Xie yet, and now the Lin family's precious daughter is throwing herself at you. Ha ha ha, throwing herself at me, my ass. But to be honest, the way Lin Qi approached me made it really hard to dislike her. She was never too clingy, but never cold or distant either. She always kept this perfect, comfortable distance. It made you feel like she was interested, without putting too much pressure on you. But I always felt like something was off. Damn. Tang Chen, what are you looking up? My hands froze for a second. On my screen was a paper about corporate audit processes. It's just for a paper. Oh, what a coincidence. My dad's company gets audited all the time. I actually know quite a bit about this stuff. Do you want me to help you out? No thanks, I can handle it myself. By the way, Tang Chen, do you remember when I visited your house back in the day? Your dad was always so busy back then. He was always working late in his study. I vaguely remember that. He was an auditor, wasn't he? He was an auditor, yes. I've actually been looking for a chance to talk to you about this. Right before your parents had their accident, my dad's company was being audited. I heard that project was incredibly complicated. Your dad pulled so many all-nighters for it, and on the day of the accident, I heard your dad had stayed up super late working again. I've always been so worried. I was scared you might think that my dad's project was what made your father so exhausted and caused him to lose focus, if that's what you really think. So the Lin Group was the indirect cause of my father's car crash back then. She's just testing me. Testing to see if I know what really happened back then. Testing to see how I feel about the Lin family. Even testing to see if I'm holding on to any evidence. Lin Chi, I don't blame your family. Really? Honestly, it's been such a long time. Let the past be the past. Oh, that's great. I was always worried you would. Tang Chen, thank you for thinking this way. So we're considered friends now, right? Yeah, friends. After she left, I unlocked my phone and texted Xie Qingyuan. She's definitely acting suspicious. How did you answer her? I told her I don't blame them. You're actually pretty convincing when you lie. Hey, I learned it from you. Bro, what's wrong? Bro, I'm at the storage cabinet in our old house. I just went to grab that old photo album Mom left behind. And I found a U South B drive. What U South B drive? It has a note with Mom's handwriting on it. It says, for Chen and you. Open this when you're older. Bro, just now, I tried plugging it into my laptop to take a look, but a password prompt popped up, and a line of text. Will self-destruct after 3 wrong attempts. Tang You, don't touch it. I'm heading back right now. When I ran out of the school gates, I happened to bump into Xie Qingyuan. She saw how panicked I was, so she decided to drive me there. Get in, I'll drop you off. In the driver's seat, there was a middle-aged man wearing a black suit. Miss, Uncle Lin, drive to the old residential district in the south. I'll send you the GPS location. You have a personal chauffeur? Then when you usually come to campus for classes, does he tag along too? He sits at that coffee shop outside the school gates. From 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Tang Chen, your parents. A car crash, 7 years ago. Tang Yu and I were just in middle school back then. Outside the window, the sycamore trees blurred past us one by one. Xie Qingyuan didn't press any further. She just rested her elbow against the window, watching the streetscapes rolling by outside. 20 minutes later, the car pulled up in front of the old residential complex in the South District. Bro. Where's the drive? Inside the house. Sister-in-law? Call her sister. Oh, hi, sister. The old house had a faint smell of camphor. It was Mom's favorite scent. On the coffee table in the living room sat a dark brown wooden box. The lid was wide open. Inside was just that one, solitary U South B drive. For Chen and you. Open this when you're older. Bro, bring me the laptop. I plugged the U South B drive in, and a password prompt popped up on the screen. White text on a blue background. It said, please enter your password. 3 attempts remaining. 3 incorrect attempts will trigger auto-destruct. What year is this encryption format from? Judging by the driver protocol, around 2014. Mom was the CFO of her company back then. This must be a custom drive issued by them. Is the self-destruct warning real? Yeah, it is. It's a hardware-level trigger. It has nothing to do with the operating system, so we only get 3 tries. Bro, should we get a professional to look at it? That wouldn't help. The logic on this kind of drive is simple. 3 wrong passwords. And a small circuit on the motherboard burns out, destroying the chip. Any attempt to take it apart or bypass the security will trigger the exact same mechanism. Then how are we supposed to guess it? I stared at the password prompt, my hands freezing mid-air. Xie Qingyuan stood behind me, just waiting in silence. Whenever Mom locked her cabinets back then, the first password was always her birthday. 0317. Right, that's her birthday. Incorrect password. Tang Yu's face instantly drained of color. That's impossible, bro. Mom used that password for everything. She specifically wrote, "Read this when you're older." She wouldn't use her everyday password for whatever is hidden in this drive. She wanted you two to figure it out. So the password might be something she wanted you to remember. Mom loved gardenias. They would bloom on the balcony every May. Her favorite song to sing was Those Flowers, and she only ever made one wish on her birthday. For the four of us to be safe and sound, I opened my eyes. I typed in a sequence. 0512. The day the gardenias first bloomed. Bro, please, stop trying. Let's just keep it as it is. Xie Qingyuan crouched down. She helped Tang You up and guided her to the sofa. Then she walked back behind me. She didn't say a word, she just placed her hand. Her hand was so light, so cold, but in that moment, the string in my mind that was about to snap somehow steadied itself. Tang Chen, yeah? Something she wanted you to remember. Maybe it was a specific day. A day she felt the absolute happiest. It suddenly hit me. It was the day Tang You and I were born. On our hospital medical charts, Mom had written a tiny line in red ink in the corner. Today is the happiest day of my life. That chart is still sitting at the very bottom of the drawer in Mom's bedroom. The day she gave birth to us, September 19, 2002. I took a deep breath and rested my fingers on the keyboard. I typed 0919. Enter. The screen went black for a second, and then a folder popped up. There was only a single video file inside. The file name was just a Chen and Yu. A Chen, Yu. If you are seeing this video, it means Mom is already gone. Mom knows you. Always thought your dad's car crash was an accident. Actually, it wasn't. It was the Lin family. It was Lin Junting. Your dad was auditing the Lin Group's accounts back then, and found a funding gap of 370 million. That money was transferred out of Lin Real Estate's pre-sale escrow account. It went through 7 shell companies, and finally, landed in a private offshore fund controlled by Lin Junting. Your dad gathered all the evidence, and was ready to submit it to the regulators, the night before he was going to turn it in. That car crash happened. A Chen, Mom knows you're smart. Since you were little, you always saw further than other kids. But Mom is begging you, don't be reckless. Lin Junting has been operating in this city for 20 years. He has connections in both government and business. All of your dad's evidence completely disappeared after the crash. Mom has been secretly gathering it again all these years. In this U South B drive, besides this video, there's also a folder. Inside is everything Mom was able to get. But Mom knows, these aren't enough. It's still missing the most crucial piece. The information on the actual controllers of those 7 shell companies. And the original transfer receipts. Mom couldn't find them. So Mom is leaving this task to you. A Chen, if one day you feel you're strong enough, help Dad, help Mom. Finish this, but if you think it's too hard, too dangerous, just destroy this U South B drive. Mom won't blame you. Mom only hopes that you and Tang You stay safe and sound. Xie Qingyuan's hand was still resting on my shoulder. She hadn't moved it. I could feel her fingertips pressing slightly, as if checking to see if I could still hold it together. I could hold it together. I opened the second folder on the U South B drive. Inside were 47 documents, scanned copies, bank statement screenshots, email logs, corporate registration changes, and a few audio recordings. I spent about 5 minutes going through the directory structure of all the files, and then closed the laptop. Bro, who is this Lin Junting? The Lin Group, the biggest real estate developer in the city. They own 4 publicly listed subsidiaries. Last year their revenue broke 20 billion. The chairman is Lin Zhengting, a standing member of the municipal council. For 8 consecutive years, they've been the city's top taxpayer. Then how are we supposed to? Tang You. Go back to school. Bro, go back to school, this isn't something we can solve today. Tang Chen. Lin Zhengting, it's actually him. My father is in the real estate circle, and has crossed paths with the Lin Group on 2 projects. The last contact was 3 years ago, during the joint bidding for the old city renovation. In the end, that project was awarded to the Lins. My father didn't say anything at the time, but after coming home, I grabbed Lin Zhengting's business card from the desk and tossed it right into the shredder. What are you trying to say? I'm saying this Lin Zhengting isn't someone just anyone can mess with. I know. So, what's your plan? I didn't answer right away. I looked down at the flash drive in my hand. The 47 files Mom left behind. I just skimmed through them. Most of it is circumstantial evidence. Bank statements, corporate restructuring records, email screenshots. Even if we make these public, they only prove the cash flow is suspicious. There's no way to pin it directly on Lin Zhengting himself. She said we're still missing the most crucial link. The actual owners of the 7 shell companies. And the original wire transfer receipts. These 2 things. 7 years have passed, they've either been destroyed, or they're hidden somewhere I can't reach yet. As for the owners of the shell companies, if we search the corporate registry through official channels, we won't find a damn thing. With this level of offshore structuring, the domestic registry only shows proxy holders. The details of the real shot callers are buried deep in overseas registry files. Then how do you plan to find them? You asked me earlier if I'd sell that script. Yeah, the core function of my script is tracking data flow, pulling IP addresses and post histories of online troll farms. Is barely scratching the surface. The real core module, I've never shown to anyone. It can punch through multiple layers of network cloaking. By analyzing data signatures and transmission paths, it pinpoints the actual device behind the screen. Are you saying, those 7 shell companies under the Lin Group, even if they're registered overseas, their day-to-day operations must involve moving money and exchanging data back home? Exactly, as long as there's even a single data link between them and the Lin Group. Even if it's just one email, one wire transfer, or a single encrypted text. I can follow that breadcrumb trail right to the puppet masters hiding behind all those shell accounts. I'll drag them all out into the light. Xie Qingyuan just stared at me. She was quiet for a long time. The living room was dead silent. Tang You had finally stopped crying. At last, Xie Qingyuan spoke up. Tang Chen, yeah? That company you mentioned earlier. Anti-fraud, troll farm busting, corporate due diligence. I'm in. What's the catch? The condition is, when the day comes for you to finally take down Lin Zhengting, I take full control of everything on the legal side. You've got a deal. On the drive back to campus, Tang Yu cried her heart out. She eventually fell asleep in the backseat. Xie Qingyuan was sitting right next to me. She had a leather-bound notebook open on her lap. I glanced over at it. Right at the top of the page, written in bold letters, was our new name. Qiming Tech. What's the meaning? It's from the ancient book of odes. The morning star in the east, the evening star in the west. Qiming is the morning star. It's the very first star to light up the sky right before the dawn breaks, ending the long night. A poet's romance. Even a tech nerd like me can appreciate that. You don't like it? Then what's with that look on your face? I was just thinking about my mom's favorite song from when she was alive. There's a lyric in it that goes, "Say goodbye before dawn." The pen in Xie Qingyuan's hand suddenly stopped. She stayed silent for a moment. Then, she looked down and added a line of small text under Qiming Tech. A faint glimmer at dawn. Never late and never absent. 4 in the afternoon, the car pulled up smoothly at the school gates. First, I walked a very sleepy Tang Yu to her dorm building. Even after waking up, she kept clinging to me and wouldn't let go. Eventually, the dorm mother had to step in to coax her back inside. Afterward, Xie Qingyuan and I walked side by side along the campus paths. Suddenly, a loud commotion broke out ahead of us. A crowd of students had gathered at the intersection. In the center of the crowd stood a girl. It was Lin Qi. I told you, 200 in total. And I'm not giving you a single cent more. But miss, when you placed the order, we clearly agreed on a total of 1,000. These trashy flowers are worth 1,000? Well, I don't want them anymore. 200 is more than enough for you. If you dare say another word, I'll have my dad make a call, and your entire delivery station won't get a single order this month. I stopped in my tracks. This arrogant, overbearing Lin Qi, compared to the gentle and polite girl who approached me before. It was like night and day. Clearly, this was her true face all along. I walked straight into the crowd. Tang Chen, Miss Lin. The order number is right there. One quick check on the platform system will clear everything up. The system determines the actual cost. That was a system error. Miss Lin, the moment an online transaction is submitted, the agreement becomes legally binding. You can't just unilaterally change it whenever you feel like it. Tang Chen, are you trying to stick your nose in my business? I'm not being nosy. You just threatened to use your connections to shut down this entire delivery station. Threatening someone's legitimate business like that, you've already crossed a legal line. If they actually pursue this, it won't end well for your father. Or for the entire Lin family. Qiming Tech officially opens for business next week. If this matter today isn't resolved with a formal, written apology to you within 24 hours, and a full payment of the balance, just call this number. We'll handle it for you, free of charge. Don't get too full of yourself, Tang Chen. Once my dad hears about this, you'll find out exactly who runs things around this school. Do me a favor and pass a message to Lin Zhengting. Tell him, I've been waiting for 7 years. Lin Qi instinctively took a half step back, then awkwardly pushed her way out of the crowd. And hurried away. You're deliberately spooking them, aren't you? Yeah. Lin Zhengting will definitely figure out that the clues from what happened back then are still around. The moment he makes a move, I can track down whatever mistakes he leaves behind. And expose those 7 shell companies, one by one. Qiming Tech finishes its registration tomorrow. We'll start making our moves immediately. That night, right before lights out in the dorm, I systematically completed 3 things. First, I took the 47 files on the flash drive my mom left behind, and copied all of them onto an old laptop that was completely disconnected from the internet. I put the original U South B drive into a magnetic shielding bag, and quietly stuffed it under my mattress. Bro, what good stuff are you hiding? Something that guarantees you'll graduate smoothly. I didn't see a thing. You're pretty sharp. The second thing, I took my daily social accounts, emails, and messaging apps, and completely unlinked them from the campus network. I also set up a full suite of automated scripts to simulate my daily routines. They would like and interact on social platforms right on schedule, and even mimic my habit of browsing video sites in the early morning. It was a flawless imitation, all just to cover up my real tracks. The third thing, I deliberately created a folder on my main workstation that looked heavily encrypted, and named it Lin Group 2017 Original Audit Files. Inside the folder were 47 PDF documents, and inside every single one of them, there was only one sentence: Welcome. At 2:47 a.m., on the corner of the desk, the backup computer that runs background monitoring 24/7 suddenly popped up an alert. Target folder access attempt triggered. The source IP used multiple layers of overseas proxy jumps. I immediately sat up straight, put on my headphones, and locked my eyes on the screen. The intruder's IP kept bouncing across multiple regions globally, hiding behind layer upon layer of disguise. Ordinary tracking methods would completely lose the target by the second layer. But I didn't block them. I just let them break through the surface disguise and enter the folder. I watched as they downloaded those 47 identical documents, one by one. With every single download request, they were quietly embedding a snippet of the silent beacon code I had written. This code wouldn't steal any data, it wouldn't damage their devices, and it wouldn't be flagged by any antivirus software. Its one and only function was to, every 60 seconds, send back the current device's timestamp to my server. A single, isolated timestamp is completely worthless. But, if 7 different devices continuously transmitted the exact same timestamp, then I could be absolutely certain that they were all sharing the same core clock server. And this server was the domestic fund dispatch center for the 7 offshore shell companies. Once the 47 documents were downloaded, the intruder cleanly severed the connection. They retreated without leaving a single trace behind. I just waited quietly. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. 7 independent signals transmitted back, right on time. They corresponded to 7 different terminal devices. I took the signal coordinates and plotted them one by one on the electronic map. The very last coordinate landed right here in the city, Zhongbei district, the 37th floor of the Lin Group headquarters building. I took a deep breath, took all the IP addresses and transmission fingerprints and packed them into an encrypted file. I named it Qiming 001, original evidence chain.zip. I opened WeChat and sent a message to Xie Qingyuan. The fish took the bait. How many? 7 of them. Tang Chen. My father also stayed up all night tonight. Did Lin Zhongting contact him? Yeah, Lin Zhongting personally called to test my father. He asked why the Xie family was letting the 2 of us get so close. And how did Uncle Xie reply? With just one simple sentence. I don't meddle in my daughter's business. And right before hanging up, my father added one more thing, but if anything happens to him, I'll take responsibility. Thank Uncle Xie for me. Thank him yourself. My father is hosting a dinner in H City and invited you. Why schedule it for next Wednesday? Because next Tuesday, my father's legal team will have the equity repurchase final agreement delivered right into Lin Zhongting's hands. According to our deal, the acquisition price for the Lin Corporation shares held by the Fang family will be set at 50% of market value. He has to sign this agreement, whether he wants to or not. Once he signs that agreement, the Lin Corporation's cash flow will instantly be slashed in half. I'll leave the rest of the mess to you. Inside the dorm room, it was completely quiet. Lu Ming's snoring rose and fell. A sliver of moonlight spilled into the room through the crack in the curtains, falling onto the old family portrait at the corner of the desk. My mother looked so gentle, her smile so peaceful, looking exactly the same as the final frozen frame in that video. Dad. It's almost time. Wednesday night, I put on the clothes that Xie Qingyuan had delivered to the dorm in advance. A black, custom-tailored suit. Lu Ming felt the fabric, his eyes full of envy. Holy shit, holy shit. You look so damn good, Tang. This outfit must cost an absolute fortune, huh? Inside a private club by the West Lake in Hangzhou, I walked into the private dining room. Xie Changshan looked up and said, Tang, I heard Qingyuan say that you two are planning to partner up and start a company. Yes, Uncle Xie, focusing on anti-fraud, fighting paid trolls, and commercial due diligence? Exactly. How much startup capital do you need? I'll be covering the startup capital entirely on my own. How are you dividing the equity? A 50-50 split. Tang, a 50-50 partnership makes it very difficult to scale a company. When there's a disagreement, who gets the final say? Uncle Xie, a 50-50 split only limits growth if both parties are blindly chasing scale and profit. My goal is simply to do what is right. Qingyuan's goal is to protect the people around her. Our goals perfectly complement each other. This company doesn't need an absolute dictator calling the shots. Halfway through the dinner, Xie Changshan's assistant hurried into the room. He leaned in and whispered a report. After listening, Xie Changshan handed his phone over to me. Lin Corporation Chairman, Lin Zhongting, is suspected of corporate embezzlement, misappropriating funds, bribery, and multiple other charges. He has been officially detained by the police for investigation. Published at 7:26 in the evening. Below the article were 3 photos. One showed Lin Zhongting being escorted out of the Lin Corporation tower by investigators. Another was the official police bulletin from the Economic Crimes Unit, and the last was a complete financial flowchart for 7 shell companies. That exact flowchart was the core piece of the evidence chain I had put together. I handed the phone back, my expression completely calm. Xie Changshan picked up his chopsticks again, his tone casual. Tang, 7 years of bearing this in silence, you've worked hard. The heavy knot that had been weighing down my heart for 7 long years quietly melted away in that moment. The following morning, the authorities released the official data. The Lin Group's frozen assets totaled 4.7 billion yuan. Lin Zhenting's daughter, Lin Qi, dropped out of school and fled the country overnight. All 4 listed companies under the Lin Group suspended trading. The Xie family's legal team finalized the equity repurchase agreement right at the very last moment before the stock market suspended trading. The settlement was officially completed. Settlement complete. At 3 p.m., the city's Economic Crime Investigation Detachment released a massive announcement. The investigation has officially reopened. They've already zeroed in on 3 key suspects. When the news reached the campus, the whole school was in an absolute uproar. Lu Ming burst into the dorm clutching his phone, completely freaking out. Around dusk, I went back to the old house in the south of the city. I pulled out my old laptop and played the video my mom left behind one more time. On the screen, my mom's gentle smile was just as vivid as ever. "Bro, Sister Xie is waiting right downstairs." Tang Chen, yeah? Qiming Tech officially opens tomorrow. My dad told me something today. What did he say? He said, "That young man. Don't you dare let him slip away." I've finished revising the draft for this partnership agreement. Tang Chen. The stars are so beautiful tonight. Three years later, Qiming Tech had grown into the industry standard for anti-fraud and commercial due diligence in the country. We had branches in 7 cities nationwide. That simple script, originally just meant for tracking internet trolls, had now evolved into a complete, highly advanced commercial security system. It helped hundreds of companies avoid massive risks, and even assisted the police in cracking over a dozen transnational fraud cases. On the day of our company's annual gala, I stood on stage giving a speech. The crowd was packed with our employees. Right in the front row, Xie Qingyuan was looking down, flipping through some documents, occasionally glancing up at me. There was a faint, teasing smile playing on her lips. When I finished my speech, she walked up to the stage. She handed me a file and said in a totally professional tone, "Mr. Tang, this is the draft for next year's strategic plan. The legal department has already reviewed it." I took the folder and flipped to the first page. The title boldly read, "Regarding Mr. Tang Chen and Miss Xie Qingyuan's detailed wedding preparation plan." The entire room instantly erupted into cheers and whistles. I looked up at her. The tips of her ears were completely red, but she was still trying to keep a straight face. "Mr. Tang, this plan requires your signature for approval. The execution date is the 18th of next month." "Why the 18th?" "Because that day is your parents' wedding anniversary." I held her hand, and right in front of everyone, I solemnly signed my name on the document. Later on, we went back to the old house in the south of the city. Xie Qingyuan and I stood side by side in front of my parents' portraits. We offered a heartfelt toast to my parents. On our wedding day, someone asked about Tang Yu's relationship status at the party. "Oh, my brother and sister-in-law? They met back in school, and now they're running a business together. They live together, too. I really want to find someone like that. Actually, I'm working at a design firm right now. Last month, a new project manager joined our team. He's really reliable, and a very hard worker." "Haha, you. That look on your face totally says you're already dating." "Well, he said he wants to wait until his probation period is over. And his job is stable before officially asking me out. I've learned to be smarter this time. I won't be so reckless like I used to be. Plus, I wouldn't dare just date anyone casually. What if my brother doesn't approve? As long as he's a good guy and treats you well, I won't object." Xie Qingyuan gently linked her arm through mine. Looking at the lively, heartwarming scene in front of us, an indescribable sense of fulfillment washed over me. Late that night, 7 years ago, she furiously posted on the campus confession wall, hunting down the Photoshop freak, yelling that the older brother had to pay for his little sister's mistakes. Who could have ever imagined that the fierce, edgy face she fell in love with at first sight would ultimately become the man walking by her side for the rest of her life? Thinking of this, Xie Qingyuan held onto my arm even tighter. She looked up at me, her eyes filled with an undeniable tenderness and love. I felt her leaning into me, and I turned to look tenderly at my wife. Then, I looked over at my little sister, who was so brightly dreaming of her own romance, and I couldn't help but smile. All those long, dark nights of gritting my teeth and holding on. All those hidden, difficult moments. Today, they have all transformed into this hard-won, beautiful ending right in front of me. I know now that no matter how long the night is, the dawn will always come, and right now, our family has finally reached our own beautiful sunrise. The story of Qiming technology continues on, but the happiness of the Tang and Xie families has only just begun.